So this is what we called our stupid series, and we just had a couple basic plays off of it. Obviously, we talked about it. It's an unbalanced formation. It's a huge overload. A lot of times the defenses shift everybody over if they've either seen it before. Other times they don't line up right, and there's huge holes. When I ran this, when I first started running this, it was just some type of a change-up type play. Like we wanted to do something like, for example, mess with the defense to give them something to cover, like we talked about in the other video. I like to use it to make them burn timeouts. Let's say we're in a tight game and we're in the second half, and we know that they'll most likely call a timeout if we come out in a crazy formation. And so we'll get in the second half and call stupid. And if they call timeout, great. They burned a timeout. Now they're one less than what they have in the game. And depending on the situation, I might just go run a normal play after that. I obviously like to run the stupid, and just because it's a nice little overload and it's a sweep. And most of the time, it gets positive yards. I really can't think of a time that we've ran it and it got negative yards. My JV coach, when we were running this, used it like almost a full offense. Like he ran it a bunch. And one of the things I got to see out of that is these bubbles open up differently. Obviously we teach them that we want them to try to get outside of the overload and get outside. But sometimes, right there where the tackle and the nose guard, that gap opens up. And so with the back with really good vision, he literally could take it anywhere. And then obviously we have the option to go weak side, which we call sucker, if we either want them to do it, or they've always got that option to go weak side if they think they can beat the back side of the formation. Okay, so obviously the defense sometimes, they'll line over and say that the middle guy is with the center, and then they'll line up their normal defense. But how they line up a lot of times helps the running back, where they're going to go. A lot of times you're going to see in some of these videos that I'm going to have, they don't even get out to the overload. So, a lot of times with the defense, you have no clue of what they're going to do on that. So like talking about lots of open gaps and bubbles to get to. We really want to get to that outside one, because most of the time the defense doesn't line up doesn't basically take care of our overload. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do it. I personally like to do like a sugar huddle or a quick huddle, and then run and line up and trying to catch the defense not ready to go. A lot of times if we just go on first sound, and we practice this in practice, and it's just, everybody right, sweep, and everybody runs to the ball, and it's on first sound. The great thing about that is, you'll catch them lined up wrong. My JV coach liked to break the huddle normally, line up in it, take his time getting set up, and then let the defense set up so that they knew what they were going against. I think both of them have their advantages. To me, it seems like lining up fast is going to do more. Think about also too, if you're a tempo type team, lining up in this, you're literally going to get some seriously bastardized defenses, and they're going to just not be ready, along with the tempo that you're doing. So it's just something you could throw in on your tempo, and they have no clue of how to cover it. So I have a couple friends that have ran it, and they actually shift to it. So kind of like we shift in a swinging gait, so it'd be real easy for us to shift from a normal scent. But there's some other coaches that shift to it from their normal formations, and then just move everybody over. A lot of times when linemen shift, defenses jump off sides because they don't expect those tackles to move. Then obviously, you've got to meet the rules of shifting. But shifting to it is another way to cause the defense some type of stress on what you're doing. And then obviously, like I was saying, like my JV team was playing, the defense lines up and stupid and then waits them to adjust. Like if the team is going to overshift everybody over, then you want to run the weak side play. That's obviously the best thing to do because that they're going to do that and you're going to let them line up and go. But definitely the advantages of this play, the formation overload. So you're getting more people out wider than they have. It's an unbalanced formation. So the rules to what they normally line up in are now being taken advantage of. You have a great weak side run game. There's huge bubbles to run through. And the center can be eligible if he has an eligible number. So basically you just like what I would do a lot of times is our tight end and our center to switch in the formation, and our center would line up as the tight end, and the tight end would be the center because now he's eligible to go out for a pass. All right, so here's the run game that we ran off of it. Obviously, sweep is the best thing. You can pull linemen. You can not pull linemen. I've done both. I think not pulling linemen is better and everybody just zoning it because the linemen sometimes don't get out in front. And so they're kind of wasted. And then there is a gap that somebody can shoot. So I think it's the best for me personally. It's just a zone where everybody's, basically take reaching block to the right. Obviously X, you want to crack down. Now some teams get smart and that corner comes out and he, plays like a hard cover 2 type corner. So what we do with that is 3 is normally our fullback. We pull him and tell him to kick out if we know that a team's doing that. And he'd be the kick out block. So it'd be more kind of like a buck sweep type look on that. But we definitely want to try to break contain on the sweep. Obviously, we tell them if there's a hole, take it. Some of the video I'm going to show you, you'll see the guy, sometimes he'll turn it up in what, would be right where the tackle's at. I don't even want to call that front side B. Like I'm saying, it really just messes with the rules right now. But wherever the bubble's at, hit it and get upfield. So obviously, that could open up. A lot of times they're all running to the sideline because they're so used to you running the sideline, and there's a seam right there in the middle, and you split them and go. Always tell the defender if he thinks he can outrun them to the sideline, he always has that ability to go anytime he wants. Now, one of the things we always talk to them about is, because especially with younger kids, they think just because the end is coming right at them unblocked, they think, oh, he's going to get me. But what they don't talk about, and I talk to them all the time about geometry. If he's coming straight at you and you're running vertically to the horizontally to the left, he can't change direction and get to you. He has to actually run at a 45-degree angle to your outside, just like he would if he was in a pursuit drill. Same with that corner. They have to run at that type of angle to beat you. Also, the type of kid that you're going to put at that one back to go needs to be fast. You could actually go with a bigger type runner, but a faster kid, just let him go on the outside because those kids they're not going to take the proper angle. They're going to run upfield, and then you're going to be able to beat them horizontally to the sideline.